How do?
Look on the Tory benches. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Gaffe Girl!
I, Gaffe Girl, am interrupting your frolicking to bring you this important announcement. As Mr. Blasé is a cheerleader for the Wakarati lunchtime sandwich eaters, you should under no circumstances click the like button, subscribe or leave any comments. Failure to comply will result in me sending Batman Bob round to your home to check that you have paid your TV license and he can get jolly Beatty. Normal frolicking will be resumed shortly.
That's all, folks.
Hello, my dear friends. Oh dear, give me a quick minute. Da 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 da. Is that better? I don't understand. Give me a quick minute. Is that better? Ah, right, I see. My fault. I do apologise. I just got myself a little mixed up there. Do apologise. I was thinking, because like, usually I see my mic going up and down and this and that and the other, and I couldn't see it for the minute. So I just had a little walk down there to, on my OBS, see if everything was working. Thank God for that. I had a feeling that my mic was not going out, but everything's all sorted. Hello, my Friday frolickers and all my dear friends out there. I do hope you're all very, very, very well. And yes, it's and give a massive thumbs up to my one of my moderators, Alistair Kerr. Hope you're well, my dear friend. Exactly, it's absolutely roasting today, isn't it? Whoa. It's melting. Hello, Stephen Bankier. Good evening, Friday frolickers and our amazing host. Oh, thank you. I do my best. Host the one, the only Blasé. Let the frolics begin. Absolutely. Hello, Terry Regan. Hope you're well, my friend. And let's say any more. Howard Kendrick, hope you're well, my friend. I hope you. Yeah, you're not wrong. It is really, really hot. Absolutely sweltering. I've been watching the cricket today, and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, God, I wouldn't want to be a fast bowler in that heat. It must be absolutely energy sapping. Hello, Reagan Elite. Hope you're well, my dear friend. If you've not subscribed to Reagan Elite's channel, please do. He does some brilliant stuff, and does some fantastic live streams as well. So please help a good friend of the show out, and please go to his channel and like and subscribe. Always brings interesting articles. So. Yes, I know what you mean, Reagan. Like, it is absolutely sweltering. If you hear any buzzing, it's just that I've got a couple of fans here, because upstairs it's absolutely melting. So I've got one blowing straight at me, one behind. It's just absolutely nice and lovely. Hello, DJ Mercy Moo. Hope you're well. If you're not wrong, it is. And my lovely daughter, God's lassie. So hope you're well. And hello, Counter Kev. Hope you're well, my dear friend. How things are going? Well, how are things are going? I suppose I should say. And Sir Larry the Cat, the one, the only. Give a round of applause for our Sir Larry, because he sorted out that fantastic, lovely little intro for me. And also, I've got a little something special for you, my dear friend. At the end, I think you'll like it. Not a lot, but I think you will like it. Yes, and let's see if there's anybody else in the chat. And hello, Simon says 55. Hope you're well, my dear friend. Hope you're coping with it. Really heat. Hello, Eddie Wolf. Hope you're well, evening, folks. and of course, we have the legend, the one and the only in the chat, the one, the only David McGuinness, he's the host, one of the hosts of the Two Davies, and what they don't know about in Scottish independence, probably ain't worth knowing about, I suppose, in a funny way. But if you want to know everything that's important about Scottish independence, those are your guys. They will give you all the rundowns, the ins and outs, and everything that's happening. So please go like and subscribe to the Two Davies, because they do some fantastic live streams. and if you're lucky, you might catch a David McGuinness rant, one of his epic rants. So anyway, let's get the show on the road, I suppose we could say. Now, this is what we call our Friday Frolic. I think most of you are pretty much regulars, but if there's anybody new, this is just where we just spend a couple of hours where we just take a bit of a break from all the nonsense, the absolute shittery that's happening on. Hello, Stephen Binning. Hope you're well, my dear friends. Seem to have been excluded from the chat earlier. I don't, well, it's nothing to do from my area, so nothing to do with me. But anyway, as I say, this is what we do, where we just spend a couple of hours where we just have a bit of a good... Hello, ranty chap, Dave. Yes, he's almost as ranty as me. And now he's saying something. You cannot miss out on a legendary David McGuinness rant without a shadow of a doubt. But that's what we do. You know, we spend a couple of hours where we have a bit of a giggle and a bit of a good laugh at people who, let's be honest, shouldn't be anywhere near the corridors of power, I suppose we should say. But anyway, let's get on with what we're here for. And what I tend to do is basically have a little hunt around for little clips of humour, which takes the rise out of what's been going off in the last few weeks, last week of, I suppose anyway, politics. And we usually get one or two who have one or two little slots in the show. And this young lady, let's just say she's no exception, without a shadow of a doubt. She's the one, the only Maggie Reed. Have you noticed a little bit of setup? I thought I'd try and change it a little bit, because I've noticed that when it comes to the stuff that we do, it's a little bit small, and in some the clips you can't quite see what's happening. So I've taken away a lot of the shite that I put on, and I thought, let's do it this way, a little bit of an experiment, and see how it works. And I think I quite like this. But this is the one, the only, the irreplaceable Maggie Reed, because it sounds, from what I can remember, a certain Laura Loomer got herself into a bit of a problem with one of her tweets, and who else but to use satire to take the piss and also highlight what an absolute disgusting, vile little gobshite our Laura Loomer is. If only I could get my teeth in and speak properly. Take it away, Maggie Reed.
Hi, President Trump. Thanks for meeting with me. It's me, Laura Loomer. Remember, we used to hang out? I gave you the best of your life on a plane once.
Likewise.
Thanks, it was great. Now the reason why I'm here is that a lot of people are upset because I made a post about your new detention center, Alligator Alcatraz.
It's very exciting.
It is, and that's why I said alligator lives matter and that they're guaranteed 65 million meals if we start now, obviously referring to the entire population of Latinos in America.
So it's pretty cool stuff.
That's what I thought, but apparently calling for an entire population of people to be eaten by alligators is racist and genocidal. And now everyone knows that I'm racist.
Everybody knows.
So that's why I'm trying to do damage control, saying that I was referring to the 65 million illegal Latinos that live in America. Because obviously my tweet sounds better if I'm saying that only illegal Latinos should be eaten by alligators. So I was hoping that maybe you could back me up on my lie? No, it's okay, I understand. You're so much better at being racist and lying than me.
But you'd be amazed.
It's okay, you're still my favorite president. Since I'm here, maybe you'd want to get loomered again?
We can't.
Oh, come on. For old time's sake, I'll put on our song.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cats. Eat the cat. They're eating
Oh my God,
dogs. They're eating
you're so
the
hot.
cats.
I love you.
Cat. Eat the cat.
Brilliant. And I'll just say, oh dear. That was brilliant, actually. She's absolutely fantastic, isn't she? Our wonderful Maggie Reed. And here's another legend we have in the chat. The wonderful, the irreplaceable, and the fantastic. Just like my other moderator, Alistair, we have Mad Monk. Hello, my dear friend, and I hope you're well, my dear friend. As well, we've got our dear friend Tommy Gunn with us as well in the chat. I hope you're well, my dear friend, and I hope you are coping with the exactly Reagan elite. Those poor dogs and cats. Stop eating them, Trump. Yes, exactly. I'd love to see if we could arrange an interview with Maggie Reed. That'll be in my element because she makes me chuckle. She's brilliant, isn't she? Yes. And, but I have to say, Sir Larry the cat. That's a good. That's a good point. Good thing you pointed out there. She's not got the Luma makeup bag explosion face. That's she. I think you may have a point there. Hello, Billy Kershaw. Hope you're well, my dear friend. How's the tricks? And my lovely running mate, Billy Kershaw. Hello, Andrew Luke. Hope you're well. And hope if you've not subscribed to Andrew Luke's channel, cheers for that, Alistair. Please do. He does some fantastic stuff on stuff like Doctor Who and Press Gang, if I remember rightly now. Yes. Yeah, no worries, Alistair. I saw your video the other day, and yes, all I will say is you just do what you find passionate, do and just enjoy it. I would always say every hello Richard Grumpy Git. Hello, my dear friend. That's it, yeah, Press Gang. And what I would just say is just every creation you make, just say to yourself, how can I improve that by 1%? Same with your thumbnail, same with your titles, and you'll get there. You'll get there, my dear friend. Hello, Frederick Roth, my friend. Hope you're well, my dear friend. How are you coping with this horrendously hot weather? Yeah, no worries. Always remember, it's learning curve for everybody. You know, work out what you think works. work out what doesn't. Even now, I'll create something and it'll bomb badly. And you think, oh, you know, oh, because I always say, just do what you enjoy. Because as soon as you stop enjoying it, then it just doesn't become fun anymore. And you create whatever your passion is. I always say, no matter what. Because I'll be honest, when it came to what I was doing on this channel, I had no intentions of doing stuff like this when I first made my first creation. I had an old music channel where I'd create music and stuff like that, and my own creations and learn how to do videos with it and stuff like that. But when it came to writing lyrics, and I was stood in front of a mic, and I'd write something. Don't get me wrong, I'm no Bob Dylan and no Bruce Springsteen, that's for a certainty. But I would write stuff down, and I'm a very reluctant vocalist, very, very reluctant. I'd say I have a okayish voice, but not to write home about. and it was a case of I would get in front of the mic, and I would feel the beads of sweat going down my back, down my front of my face, because I just felt incredibly uncomfortable. And because sometimes when it comes to writing lyrics, sometimes I come with, sometimes I don't. So I didn't do it often. So what I decided to do, we all know Bowler Hatman. He would go through an article, and I thought, why don't I do that for a little bit? Get myself used to stuck in front of a mic and speaking in it, and then get used to hearing my own voice and feeling more comfortable that way. And then it were a case of, and then I thought, once I feel more comfortable, I'd have just stop the channel altogether, because I think nobody want to listen to a dour, boring old Yorkshire bloke like me. So, but anyway, then I had a few other ideas going, and people like your good self started subscribing, and then yeah, I do, Dave McGuinness. I still get that little nervous, and I think if you stop getting nervous, then you sort of like lose it a little bit, don't you? It's sort of like good nervous little feeling, but then it just basically snowballed on and on. Then you get a little sense of responsibility. So responsibility, you think, these people have subscribed to your channel, see how far it goes. And if somebody had said to me, oh, thank you, Frederick Roth III, thank you. And it was just a case of, if somebody said to me when I first got my first 50 subs, I'd have had 36, touching nearly 36,000 subs, I'd have just laughed. And I'm incredibly honoured and proud of what we've achieved, and I really, really appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and I'm forever in your debt. But anyway, less of me waffling on about my life story. You don't come here to listen to me talking about my sad state of songwriting and musicianship. Nervous with those rantastic rants, David McGuinness. Yes, didn't think I have over 1 million views on my channel in my short space of time. Well, yeah, well, it just goes to show we have a professional in our midst. We do have our Reagan elite. not like this clown here who's doing his Friday frolics within the first 10 seconds. I'm all over the place. But never mind. That's what we're here for. But yes. So I didn't know too much of the ins and outs of that story. And about so she apparently was basically saying that all Latinos should be basically shoved on this island so the alligators can eat them. Shows you what an absolute horrible piece of shit she is, isn't she? But anyway, I have to say, this is a brilliant piece of what you could say, a brilliant little bit of video. And I don't know who basically does it, but what you do, yeah, exactly. I totally agree, Reagan Elite. That's yes. I've got tons of subs, but a low engagement rate. The comments make all the difference, and the chat, though, although you know that. Well, yeah, exactly. You know, just I always say, Andrew Luke, just I always say, just see how you can improve your, you know, your next video better than your last one. That's how I always view it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, I don't know if it was last week or maybe a little bit the last week before was apparently his big Donald Trump's big beautiful bill. His big beautiful bill was put through, wasn't it? And let's just say that what I love about those who do satirical political commentary like that, they have a brilliant way of basically, you know, highlighting, you know, the absolute nonsense of this big beautiful bill. And I have no idea who did this, but this is absolutely priceless, where a certain guy decides that he's going to satirically troll Trump Towers and Trump Towers and celebrate this big beautiful bill in his own unique way. I thought it was fantastically and hilariously funny, and well done, that young man.
We are here to celebrate Trump's passing of the big beautiful bill, aka the fuck everyone but billionaires bill. Oh my God, it's amazing. Woo! Woo! Yeah! We did it! We did it! We passed the big beautiful fuck everyone but billionaires bill. It kicks millions off of SNAP. It kicks millions off of Medicaid. It cuts taxes for billionaires. I'm celebrating. I mean, are you not America first? Are you not America first? This man hates America. We are celebrating. We just passed the big, beautiful bill. The fuck everyone but billionaires bill. It's amazing. We did it, guys. We did it. America first, baby. Do you love America? I came here to support Donald Trump. Well, what's wrong? I'm here to support Donald Trump. Well, what's wrong? You know, the bill kicks millions off of Medicaid, $3.7 billion, $1 trillion to the deficit. Medicaid spending. No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, guys, we did it, everyone. We did it. Oh. Does so much.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it did blow a hole in the deficit. You're right.
Well done, that lad. Well done, that young man. I think he's a comedian, if I remember rightly, but I can't remember his name. But absolutely brilliant. Exactly. But like rather genuine mistake than on purpose. Mistakes, which is what a lot of YouTubers do to provoke comments. That's something I've never really thought about, if I'm honest. Yes, all sharks. Yes, all sharks. I've seen a couple of their creations. Makes me chuckle. I've seen him do one of all shots himself. That made me chuckle. I think he did one of the two Davis as well. Very, very funny. Yes. But yes, exactly. Counter Kev, very intimidating security guards. But yes, the League of Very Low Price Lex Luthers. Yes, absolutely regularly. The men in suits. Yes, I thought All Shots was a bit mean, but maybe it'll be funny. Good evening to the legend that is. Power to the people. Good evening, Graham. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. And how you coping with this intense heat? And I must admit, I did enjoy your rather long video and heartfelt personal video he did about the welfare. And when you talked about your personal issues, I totally and utterly get where you're coming from, especially when it came to having to basically prove that that when it comes to your illness, it is true. I think I might have said this before, but I might have said this before. I remember we were at the job centre on intensive job search. Yes, I can barely walk, let alone move about without falling over. And there were a guy with shorts. It was near winter time, and he had a prosthetic leg. And I'm thinking, are you a bit Harry Mould there? And he says, well, I've got to do this to prove to these bastards that I have one leg, because he said that they offered me a job putting cones on the motorway. And he says, and I says, this was at his last job search, whatever, meeting at the job centre. And he says, but I have a prosthetic leg. And he says, well, you're wearing full length pants. He says, well, I could see two legs. So he went in his shorts right up to his knackers to show that he had a prosthetic leg. So I totally get where you come from, power to the people, but I do hope you're very well, my dear friend. I hope things are going well. I'm all right, thanks, mate. I'm glad I've caught the stream this week. I'm not bothered by the heat, but me doggies ain't enjoying it this year. Poor son. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. It's like we used to have a Patterdale we had to do the decent thing at the just before the start of the year, because she was 15. She was knocking on a bit, but she had what you call a bit of doggy dementia, she didn't have a good quality of life. So we had mad as a box of frogs during her 15 years, and she gave us some hilarious laughs. But when it came to the end, last couple of years, when it came to the hot weather, we had to keep her inside because it was just too much even for her. And hello, Hassan Hussein. Hope you're well, my dear friend. I hope everything's going well with Coventry, my dear good man. But yeah, I just thought that was a brilliant bit of trolling, God's out Trump Tower, I basically shout, the big beautiful bill, how you've just screwed all your own voters, How many of them voters who are on Medicaid and all that sort of stuff will be getting oh, my handsome Adonis and gorgeous the people, you've not felt heat until you've had my dentures dance all over you. Oh dear. Hello, Alex Adam. Hope you're well, my friend. Condolences, maybe. God, yeah. It was. Yes, to be honest, Alice, she had a good life, and she gave us some good giggles. and she had a good, full, wholesome life, but it came to the point where it was a case of she didn't really have a life. It would come to a point where take her for a walk, she would get to end up with our garden, and then want to go back in, and then she'd just sleep all day, and you just think, that's no life, is it? So we just did the decent thing. So we've had better days, but it's still here. Do you notice Zara on the opposite side next to Jeremy Corbyn? Yeah. Giving the 1,000-yard stare to that grifter and charlatan Nigel Farage when he got the piss taken out of him. I certainly did, Hassan Hussein. I certainly did. But anyway. Oh, yes. I have to say I love these guys. They make me laugh, especially when it comes to the where they take the rise out of not just Trump, the ingenious way they take Mickey out of Trump, but also JD Pants and anybody else, and they've even had a good go at Kid Rock. Yes, this is called the military centrist. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's a big day, very important day.
Mr. President, question over here.
What do you want?
Yes, are you referring to Canada Day? Because that is today.
That's cute. You think this duster's gonna acknowledge anything other than himself? Must be your first f***ing day.
Well, what else do you think that he could be talking about?
Introducing Trump fragrances. We call it 45, 47 to remind you we lost in the middle.
It's only $250.
That's right, JD. Order now. You can have a second bottle for exactly the same price.
Wait a minute. The president is selling perfume?
Yep. Welcome to White House 2025. You should probably f***ing quit. Hey, don't spray that shit in here.
We're just gonna do a little sample.
Oh, God. This is very good.
Oh, my God. That smells like someone died, was resurrected, and died again.
My eyes are burning. I can't see. Fire! We have a fire. You need to evacuate. You have to grab a body.
It's not a fire, you fucking soft-boiled egg. It's 'cause that fucking snack-to-puss decided to bottle pure evil.
Oh, it smells like depression and expired cheese had a baby.
I think it's great. Now women can smell when it's time to cover their fucking drinks.
Hey guys, real quick before I go, we got new merch in the store. This shirt was made for my neighbor who has a mole problem. It has nothing to do with politics. So, support my neighbor's mole problem.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Just follow me, you duster!
Yes, just follow them. Yeah, just follow them. I love the way they just take the rise out of him brilliantly. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's that if the dog is eating, wagging its tail, answering it to its name, enjoying a walk, then it's fine, but let them go on. But then comes so when you've got to be brave about, yeah, exactly. See, the thing is, third time I've done it, I've already said I'm not doing it anymore, because it doesn't get any easier, so our Pepper will be the very last one. Has anyone ever watched the I've Had It podcast? Two brilliant women from Oklahoma City who really give Trump and MAGA a hard time on and don't hold back. Is one of them got blonde hair and one does a brunette. If he's who I think is, yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, I'm sure it is them too. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, last year I had was this. So I was destroying the club, and the Rico area was what the ground was called. Yes. Person at the mortuary who put on cosmetics is called a. Oh, good God, I ain't gonna try and pronounce that. Andrew, look. My eyesight's dying as it is. Yes, because I've given up on trying to read some of Reagan Elite's articles he sent me, because he sent me from places like Indonesia with all them rather long names with 25 vowels. Just to see me struggle in a live stream. I'm not falling for it again this time, Reagan Elite. I'll have you know, I'm not having that. There's a link to the podcast. Oh, cheers for that, Alistair. Yeah, you keep that massive span of yours away from me, Mad Monk. I've got a fantastic little story just for you, Sir Larry, later on. I think you'll love it. I think not a lot, but you'll love it. So you're thinking about getting married? What, not even the South American ones? Definitely not. And don't even think of anything from Japan or China. No chance. I'm not falling for that. Yes, I remember him sending me this rather hilarious article about an elephant who crashed a sweet shop, and as it's on its way to the cinema or something. And I thought, oh, this should be good for. I didn't realise that all the names were had about 53 vowels. So, and I thought, I'm not falling for that ever again. Never again. But anyway, I have to say, let me just, it's an absolute crying shame that our dear friend Liebshin isn't with us, because last week he mentioned a certain group who were basically I've forgotten showed me a bit of a clip that he wanted to show, and I thought, well, if I can get it for next week, I will shoehorn it in, and that's exactly what it was from. Yes, and now I remember, they're called Puppet Regime, and thanks to the fantastic help from my dear friend Alistair, we managed to salvage it. So here it is.
Okay, well,
let's just say that yes, this is the one and the only Puppet Regime from our dear friend Liebshin, and thank you very much, Alistair. This is hilarious. How the Ayatollah got ghosted. Puppet Regime. Take it away, Puppet Regime.
Okay, welcome back to This Authoritarian Life, me and she's podcast focusing on total self-discovery. Pretty big news these past few days, huh, she?
Yeah, the movie Jaws turned 50 years old.
Wow, 50 years, huh? Time is really fly. Shark, I think, got kind of bad rep there. Ah, shit, this guy again.
Again? He's been blowing me up for days, too.
Okay. Hello?
Vladimir, it's me, the Ayatollah.
Oh, hi, how's it going, man?
Missiles were falling, drones were exploding.
Ah, so you are vacationing in Ukraine. You know...
What? No, here in Iran. Aren't you going to help me against Great Satan and Little Satan?
Look, what they did to you was very bad, and I'm holding space for you, okay? But today is not a great day for me to actually help you.
Well, why not?
I have to, take my cat to the vet.
Blasé, cats are important. What about the day after?
You know, my Outlook calendar is acting up. Always at worst time, da? Look, let's talk later. I'm in middle of recording podcast with she and...
You're with she? Am I on a speaker?
Say something.
Yes, hello. Look, all of the oil is flowing, no problem. But I am needing more of your help. Sorry, the connection is really bad. You're saying you're eating more and more kelp? That's great news. The health benefits are... What? Guys, I thought we were like bros, like even an access even. Guys?
Did you realize that the shark in Jaws was named for Steven Spielberg's lawyer?
No shit, huh? Puppet
Yes, that was Puppet Regime. And thank you to our dear friend Alistair for helping us out on there. Much appreciated. Thank you very, very much. And we should also say thank you to our dear friend Liebshin for suggesting this. And hello, Tommy Lee Cadden. Hope you're well, my friend. Also Oliver Brown. Hope you're well, my friend. And yes, Vlad kinda sounds like Nico Bellic from GTA 4. Personally, he's glorious. Yes, I'll be having a look at that channel. I love puppets, and animation and comedy. Yeah, they're pretty good out there, Power. Rick Graham, they're really, really good. But yes, as I say, I did have to share that one with you, because it always makes me chuckle. But anyway, let's do you know that can you imagine if you were working a bit of a distance to a point where you have to catch a train? Yes, you know where you have to catch a train to get to work, and your excuses for getting late was because basically the reason why you were late on the train, not because of leaves or the traffic was bad. It was basically because you could say that there was a blockage on the line, not leaves or slippery snow, but what would your boss say if this happened and on your way to work? Yes, fat cats. The sort of thing you do, innit, Sir Larry? Yes. Get out of the way, you fat cat. Yes, number 32 is going to be late. Something tells me it's not moving. So next time that yes, exactly. Yes. So next time you're on a train heading to work and you're late, just say, "Well, we had a problem with a fat cat." See if that works. Yeah, he loves the tracks. Yes, exactly. We channel. Hello, number 3. Is number 3 in the chat with us tonight? Hello, number 3. I know how you feel. It is rather warm. Yes, exactly. Cheers for that, Alistair. Please like and subscribe. Blooming fat cats knackering the railways. Yes, yes. Not only are they trying to hoard as much money out of it, they even have sleeper agents. No, it don't quite work, does it? But you never mind. Oh, that looks almost real with that red train. He certainly did. So Larry the cat was blocking the line. Whoever that is, he looks like blooming fat cats, yes. Oh, so no relation of yours then, Sir Larry, was that? No relation. So it's not your forgotten brother? Was that the train to Catsford? Boom. Boom. Yeah. But stop flashing that tool at me, mad bug. So many sleepers on the railways, yes. Yes. Somehow I don't think can I have the last train to Nottingham, please? Remember that advert? That's a real train station, by the way, Catford. Exactly. Is Catford anywhere near Cheshire? Boom. That's my cat from Catterick. Oh, it's even better. Should have said Catrick. Boom. Never mind. Oh dear. Never mind. But yes. And another one of our old favourites, you know, who, let's just say Malcolm. Yes. Let's just say one of our... No, it's in London, not far from where I live. Yes, but anyway, another one of our favourites is this young lady who, let's just say, she's quite a staple diet on our show with her wonderful Mickey taking of a certain member of the Trump administration, should I say. Yes, it's the wonderful, the irreplaceable, yes, Landra Vasquez. And let's just say, this was the unhinged July the 6th press briefing interpreted by Landra Vasquez. And you can guess which certain people get a mention. One is blaming everything on Joe Biden and Barack Hussein Obama, and a certain individual who she always struggles to pronounce.
As you all know, big weather has been controlled by the Democrats forever, and they've been trying to instill these systems that do not work, especially in red states. Why do you think the South floods so much? It's because the Democrats hate real Americans, okay? And that's exactly what they did. Do you want to know why this river even flooded? Because of Joe Biden. Joe Biden and Barack Hussein Obama with Lady Gaga, the liberal monster queen. Hello. They were down there and they said, like, hey, let's make it so the water rises really quick. Hey, abracadabra singer, you know how to cast spells. You're a witch, like Caitlyn. Witch. Okay? So she said, I got one. How about this? I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. Rain on me. Rain on me. I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. Rain on me. Rain on me. And they're like, but we don't want it to rain on us. And she's like, that's a good call. Let's just let it rain on them. And then they left and they're like, hey, while we're at it, let's get some boats for illegal criminals so then they can come into this country. We haven't had any illegal criminals enter the country since President Trump took charge. So let's get more criminals like Albrego por la mañana, café por la tarde, Ron. Sure.
Can you talk about how ICE is going to be turbocharged in the upcoming days with the new budget?
Washington Post. Okay, sure. Yes, absolutely. We will be supercharging ICE. That's exactly what the American people voted for, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to be getting up to our quota of 3,000 illegal criminals a day, God willing. And we are investing in the infrastructure and the safety of the American people, along with Alligator Alcatraz. We're announcing things like Grand Canyon Guantanamo, Savannah Sing Sing, Appalachian Asylum, and my favorite, Bayou Bastille. So that's going to be really good.
Anything about Elon and the American Party?
We're not talking about the Cybertruck-shaped immigrants' plans, okay?
Yes. Is that candy packets in cross shapes? Yes. See the one where she breaks character and removes makeup and wig, top marks? I haven't seen that one. I think that might be one I might have to look for maybe next week. She's brilliant, isn't she? Especially when she gets Albrego. Even I can't remember it now because she gets it wrong so many times. Yes, exactly. Can we have Washington Post in the audience, in the chat, please? Just rode past Sing Sing on the train Tuesday. Yes. Yes, she's so spot on at doing Caroline Levitt. Yeah, absolutely, totally agree. She is. She's absolutely brilliant. She is Graham. She's absolutely spot on. I'll say, I remember when I was showed a video of her where clearly it's got to that Caroline Levitt where she even took the cross off, didn't she? When she was doing the press briefings, where now it's basically doesn't really matter because she's not going to stop taking the piss out of the cross. And I've got a belter of Landra Vasquez doing KK Caroline Levitt later on. Absolutely hilariously funny. She's absolutely brilliant. It's an excellent cross and you will absolutely love it. But yes, when it comes to, as I say, this is what I found interesting, you know, when it comes to our Donald Trump, the pouty lip look as well, yes. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes. Thank you for that, Washington Post. Can't quite do that. But she's very, very good. But this is an excellent little clip. There's also July the 1st, 2025, Lisa Murkowski after Senate vote. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Very interesting. But oops, let's crack on. This is an interesting little bit of a minute clip about our Mango Mussolini and our hilarious and our horrendous Donald Trump, especially when it comes to where it sort of like has a little bit of a good explanation for his Alligator Island nonsense, if I remember rightly. And we've showed these a few times. They do some pretty good stuff, don't they? Yeah, she really gets on my nerves, the way she does that weird little pout in between every sentence, or even she's pretending to listen. The real one, that is. Yeah, I know what you mean, Graham. Yes, yeah, that is good. But yes, this is an excellent little bit of a 1 minute or so clip, which I always love these little clips. Perfectly highlight what a egregious little turd this man is, really, isn't it?
In the last week, Donald Trump has built a concentration camp where he gleefully wants brown people to be eaten by alligators. He has taken medical and food benefits away from millions of his own supporters. He has called for literal indentured servitude where farmers own their workers. He's proposed a game show where migrants fight one another on television to win citizenship. He made repeated anti-Semitic slurs live on TV at a rally. Spent $100 million of your money to build a park with his statue in it. Begun stripping U.S. citizens of their citizenship and has made ICE the single largest law enforcement group in American history. This is his secret police force that wear masks, is accountable to no one, and abducts people, including U.S. citizens, off the street in broad daylight. They now have near unlimited resources to target anyone Donnie tells them to. Happy 4th of July, a day we celebrate throwing off a dictatorship.
Yes, how brilliant at the end, yes. Happy 4th of July, the day when we overthrew a dictatorship, and now they seem to have gone full circle, haven't they? They do. Because, like, it kind of reminds me of a certain country in the in the 1930s, should I say? I wonder which one that is. But I'll say, hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. Say, hope you're well, my friend. Yeah, it's not ideal, this weather, is it? And hello, Dennis Pennies. Hope you're well, my dear friend. That's Botox for you. Yes. Yes, but yes, come to think of it, have we heard Trump laugh? Really laugh? No, I have a funny feeling you won't, because I don't think he has a sense of humour. I don't think he's ever and I get the feeling it'll be one of them, if he does laugh, it'll be a case of you know, laughing at cruelty. You know, so he'll be laughing at some other person, somebody else's suffering. Because I don't think he does. He don't do empathy, does he? Really, he only has empathy for those who were on his side, I suppose. But yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, that is. But yeah, how much money have they spent on that alligator island? Yes, yes, very good spot, Tommy Lee Cadden. Yes, true that. He does fart non-stop, but those yes. After the stream, go watch the All Sharks Made advert for the Friday Frolic and see baby Marcus in the full glory. I certainly will. I certainly will, my dear friend. Cheers for letting me know. Is it on the All Sharks channel? Is it? Should I say yes? Yeah. Yes. It's on my channel and those right. Right. I certainly will, my dear friend. I will do it straight after. Not a problem, my good man. If Donny laughs, he might crack at the. Yeah, he probably would do. He probably most likely would do. But good evening, Paul McSweeney. Hope you're well, my friend. Cheers for that. I do my best. I do try. Don't always succeed, but I always do try. Right. Let's. Does anybody remember? Last week we had a bit of a wild gig that apparently happened last week, where a certain band made their comeback world tour. Yes, well, we will now head to to our news reporters on Broken News, where they will give us the full rundown of what happened.
Welcome to Broken News.
Trev Winter Chops. Trev Winter Chobs.
Two elderly brothers from Manchester say they've got no regrets after despising each other for decades just so they can cash in on a lucrative band reunion. Our reporter has the details. He isn't wearing a jacket or a tie and is being extra expressive because it's a story about popular culture.
Thank you. Yes, the Gallagher brothers formed the band Oasis in the 90s as a tribute band to the band The Beatles. Using sometimes as many as 3 chords, the pair had a huge cultural impact. While John Lennon famously said, "Life is what happens while you're busy making other plans." And Elvis Presley said, "The truth is like the sun. Yeah, you can shut it out for a time, but it ain't going away." The Gallagher brothers were best known for inspirational quotes like, "All right, our kid, sunshine," and the classic "fuck off." Their return sent shockwaves through the music industry, while Radio 2 has been flicking its collective bean to the thought of Noel Gallagher guest hosting mid-morning. The second biggest parka-wearing twat in the band, Noel, once admitted that he didn't write second verses to songs because he couldn't be bothered. So just repeated the first verse instead. And it's that sort of artistry that propelled Oasis to the big time. But the band has recently faced criticism, mainly for using surge ticket pricing to maximise their profits from their new tour. Surge pricing is a method of moving more money from the poorer to the richer, and ensuring that wealthy people get the best opportunities to see so-called working class musicians. Some, such as squinty-eyed reform goblin Richard Tice, have defended what they call the many benefits of surge pricing, such as... So you're going to put something in there, would you, like a sort of a graphic or something, once you've thought of like benefits and stuff, yeah? Yeah? Okay, cool. So I'll just do the wrap-up line now, yeah?
Yes, yeah, please.
Okay, yeah. Well, Oasis will play 14 dates this year if they can stop being dickheads long enough to make it through the tour. Back to you.
Thank you. Well, Broken News has been handed a statement from representatives of the Gallagher brothers. It reads, Noel and Liam are an inspiration. From working class stock, they conquered rock and roll, became massively rich, and are now finding a way to rinse money from the working classes. It's the British dream. What a lovely story. That's all from Broken News. You're up to date.
Yes, what a lovely story. Twice as relevant as ever. Yes, exactly. Sunshine. Perfect, so typical of Liam Dipstick. Yes. Excellent. Yeah, absolutely, Graham. Totally agree. Fuck off, a real classic one. Yes, two elderly brothers, absolutely. The two knobheads never made up. It's all an act to make the money, and probably totally agree. And Oasis, the dregs of Britpop, Natch, Snoggins. To be honest, I didn't mind the first two-ish albums. I thought they were not bad, but after that, you just think they had a bit of a one-trick pony, and they were just nah. Yeah, exactly. Tommy Lee Cadden. Breaking news: two knobheads have made up. But I've seen a couple of sort of like live concerts wherever on wherever it is, and let's just say they have no fucking stage presence at all, have they? All you've got is Liam with his hands behind his back doing his it's my imagination and shit like that, and he just stands there, and the rest of them don't really move, and you just think, where's the stage presence? Yes. Shite our kids' story. We are. Yes, we are indeed up to date. It's fantastic, and adrenaline fueled. I can say my punching the Gallagher brothers out while Jarvis Cocker moons them, and Damon Albarn runs them over in his speeding car. Yes, Oasis are the Beatles tribute band on drugs. Yes, Wonderballs were shit pop. Yeah, to be honest, when you look at the I say, somebody who enjoys playing guitar, I just think, to be fair, they're just simple, basic major chords that they're basically playing, and does all just have interest with Noel. Does he ever leave the household without his capo? Every guitar he's got seems to have a capo on second fret or something, doesn't it? Nothing worse than listening to two has-been trying to be relevant to today's younger generation. Mike Flowers Pops. I got that record. Yes, I just thought it was hilariously funny. It was well worth a buy, just for the giggles. And I remember there were an old nightclub where I live, and I'm trying to think what they call it now. It's shut down now. Oh, it's escaped my mind now. It's where me and my wife met. It was a bit of a dive, but it. I've forgotten what they call it now. It was. Oh, can't think of it now. If my wife were here, she'd know who it is straight away. But it was on its downers, you know. These places they were on the way out, and we just popped in for a few of us just for the giggles, and it was absolutely dead. Absolutely dead. Anyway, this song came on. The odd couple out of that. My wife says, "Don't you even dare think you're getting on that No, it wasn't. It were up near Oak Lane. I've forgotten the top of Oak Lane. I can't think of it now. Oh. It'll come to me. But anyway, this Mike Flowers pop Wonderwall came on. So I said, you bet your bottom dollar I'm getting on. So I'm there doing my dad dancing to Wonderwall. My wife was there saying, I'm going home. Pile bar, that's what it was. That's what it called, pile bar. Couldn't think of it then. Yeah, it called a pile bar. Yes. Was it Bradford Rios? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. It was called Pile Bar. It's shut down now. I think it's just some sort of food market now. But boy, I had some good laughs in there. But yes. Yes. Now we have we have some interesting news from. This is one of the last ones before we go into a little bit of a break with a difference, but this is the wonderful. This is a fantastic. Let's see, the Beatles said, "All you need is love and get by with a little help from my friends." Oasis said, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And our kid is a wanker. Brings a tear to me. What, like piles? It was just called a pile bar. I don't know why it was, but that's what they called it. And they used to say, if you can't pull in there, you're either limp or you're gay. That's what they used to say. And it used to be called grab a granny night in there. Tone roses, absolutely. Oh, that's what they used to say. It's one of the best sayings I used to hear. But yeah, pal bad, some good laughs. But anyway, one of our old regulars, one of our old favourites. Yes, she is, as we've already had earlier, but she's basically, she is doing something a little bit different, because now let's just say, for argument, see if you can recognise who she's basically taking off. Now the tinfoil hat and the blonde hair might slightly give it away. See if you can guess. Yes, Elephant Stone is one of my favourite songs ever. Can you guess who she's taking the mickey out of? Yes, a certain senator who's who can't help herself, but don't knock shagging a granny when you're finished. They put £5 in your pocket and say, "Don't tell your mum." Oh dear. Some cracking bands and solo artists have come from the UK, and that being said, some really rubbish ones have also been produced by the UK. Exactly, Alistair Kate, yes. MTG, the one, the only, the mad, complete, not quite Counter Cave, but yes, the one, the only, the mad as a box of frogs, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Hey guys, Marjorie Taylor Greene here. Don't worry, they can't hear us. Listen up. I wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I am introducing my new weather modification bill to stop the evil Democrats from controlling the weather. Do you remember last year when I told you that Joe Biden and the Democrats were controlling the weather and they made a hurricane? Well, turns out I was 100% right. Okay, so this is how it works. So the Democrats, when there is a natural disaster in a red state, what happens is that's actually Democrats using their evil genius cloud seeding powers, okay? And what they do is they plant little woke raindrops up in the clouds, and then tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, gay frogs, whatever. but also to throw you off their scent. At the same time, when there is a natural disaster in a blue state, well, that's actually not the Democrats controlling weather. What that is the incompetence of the Democrats because they're not raking their leaves or whatever. Also, it's God's wrath. I mean, ask yourself, what is the most plausible explanation in the surge of natural disasters that are happening? Climate change brought on by fossil fuel emissions and corporate pollution? Or is it liberal, leftist, communist weather witchcraft? I think we know the answer. All right, well, I'm going to get going. I'm late for CrossFit. I've got to keep these guns ripped so I can put a Jewish space laser in a headlock if I need to. All right, MTG out.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. See, yes, she's wearing a tinfoil hat. The only downside to her impersonation was the fact that everything she said sounded far too sane to what Marjorie Taylor Greene would really say. Yes. But yes, I have to say, yes, after what Tommy Lee Cadden says, Granny Waddlebottom said, "Are you telling everyone my secrets?" But hello, Phil McCracken. Hope you're well, my dear friend. Yes, Granny Waddlebottom, yes. Is she, yes, wearing a tinfoil hat, and when she takes her makeup off, there is just, she takes her makeup off, there is just a pile of teeth. Awesome, great. Or sing along by the vids I've seen. Criminally overlooked band when you consider the other more famous Manchester bands. I'll tell you, was the band James from Manchester. I always had a bit of a soft spot for James. Always enjoyed some of their stuff. Very, very brilliant. I always remember, I think it was a nightclub called 42nd Street when I was a young whippersnapper, and they just brought out Sit Down. And I remember as soon as it came on, the bellowing couple of riffs, and we all got on the floor, we all started doing the sit down dance, and it was sort of like the moment where I always had that etched in my mind. But I'm sure James were from Manchester. I thought they're still going now, aren't they, as far as I know. Absolutely brilliant band. James, I do think they are, maybe, but maybe, yeah, I'm and Spiral Carpets is another. Yes, they do ring a bell. But yes, I remember getting a couple of their albums. I think one of my most favourite songs that James did were, I think it's quite a slow and quite a poignant song called "They're All Out to Get You." I thought that was just MTG is really into her CrossFit. She can lift it to her must be all that angry. Absolutely correct. So they are from Manchester. I thought they were. I'm sure they were, because I remember at the time they were like Oasis, and there were another band they were talking about. They were doing very, very well. I wonder if it were the one with was it Happy Mondays or something around the time, and they were talking about, yeah, absolutely, DJ Macy. I like that song. She's a Star. Yeah, it's a banger. Absolute fantastic banger. But anyway, I watched James live in May in Warrington. They were very good. Still a great live act. Yeah, I can imagine. I can still imagine. Could still imagine that they are. Yeah, and I even got their Greatest Hits album a few years ago, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure I've heard many of these songs, but when I listen to them, I think, oh, they've brought out some absolute bangers, absolute belters. But anyway, I watched this little bit of a side program where they said, Ocean Colour Scene, yeah, I remember them as well. And there was a, do you Does it bother you that you're probably in the shadows? And they didn't seem to care, really. They just seem to think, well, just do his own thing anyway. So it's not really something we really care about. Yes. Happy Mondays. Yes. Yes. Anyway, who's up for a bit of a story? Yes. Story with a difference. There's a story about... Get ready for it. This is a Friday Frolic story about somebody and his balls. That's somebody and... Take it away.
My Best Friends Are Balls. My Best Friends Are Balls by Jen Genevieve. When I wake up, my best friends are right there next to me. When we go anywhere, we go as a 3. I help them feel better when they're feeling blue. Although sometimes I tend to block their view. We can't see. They help me when life gets hard. You can do it. Our home is cozy and warm. We like a tidy yard. It's a bit of a squeeze when we try to sit on a chair. My best friends can grow some really curly hair. Sometimes we all get kisses, and that's very nice. Don't forget the best friends, ladies. Cannot leave them out. We all look smaller when it's as cold as ice. Sometimes my best friends can get sweaty and begin to reek. But we love playing games like hide and seek. My friends can get itchy and need a good scratch. They can get lice, which you can catch. No one will play with us now. They laugh when I put my hat on and watch me struggle. Help! They help me feel better when I get scared of the dark. So you can do it. We'll be right outside waiting for you. Despite their bad points, they are my besties. It's true. One to the left, the other to the right, stuck together like glue.
Yes, there's your story of the week. Yes, Mike Harding. Was he that was it the Yorkshire Cowboy or something? If I remember rightly, if that's what I'm thinking of, I once saw him up in is it Whernside, that mountain, Whernside? It's like me and my dad did a bit of rambling with my brother, and we climbed the top of Whernside. We got to the top of this guy with his mate, flat out, he's half dead on the top, and this guy taking pictures, and my dad's going, "Is that Mike Harding?" "I'm sure that's Mike Harding." "Sure it is. Sure it is." It's so he went up to us, "Excuse me, you're Mike Harding?" Yeah. He says, "All right." Is he the limestone cowboy or something, if I remember rightly? Well, anyway, we asked, can we have a picture with him? And yeah, he was sound. So I think my mum might have it somewhere, a picture of me and some horrendous tracksuit bottoms, trying to look windswept and interesting with a rather large Tory stance to look powerful and windswept and interesting. You're going next to my card, and all I did was ended up looking like a right spanner, but never mind. Please tell me this isn't a children's story. I think you're fine. My boy just introduced me to Electric Cowboy on my playlist. Yes, exactly, Andrew. Look, very, very funny. Will this be a Robosphere moment with Max? I want to tell you a story. Exactly. Oh my God. Is this for real? Yes. Rochdale. Get on, Dad. Yes. Oh, Phil McCracken, I absolutely adore them. Yes. First heard them on Ratata and was instantly hooked. Hello, Catalogue G. Hope you and your missus are doing very, very well. That storybook should be in every school library across the US. Really give the gammon something to moan about. Yes. Oh dear, can you imagine all the alt-right lunatics on the podcast? Yeah, it's a limestone cowboy soundboard. Absolutely. Where can I see that book? A video. Market, yep. He was very funny. The Rochdale cowboy, yeah. Can't think of his name, yeah. Give Electric Cowboy a listen if you get the chance. They are mental in the best way. Oh, that sounds right up my alley then. Very much up my alley. But anyway. Oops. So that's what they call them. What do they call them now? Oh, anyway, I'm sure I'll find them. Yes. Yeah. I'm find them. Anyway. Right. As I say, one thing we always like on here is the unhinged press briefings. Just because, like, we saw the press briefing from the 6th of January. And if I'm honest, I think to help Keir Starmer, I think he should do these every day. Get somebody in to talk to the press every day. Let them spend at least, what about them Mac lads? My God, Stephen Benning, you are absolutely... Oh, good God, that's going back some years now. But, yes, we all... Because we've heard from the July the 6th press briefings. Now, we're going to hear from the unhinged 7th of July press briefings, where we have more Biden blaming and mispronouncing a certain individual who's been sent to El Salvador. Or is it coming back now? God knows.
You guys are all in here telling lies, saying that the National Weather Service was defunded because of President Donald J. Trump. No. The only reason why those sensors weren't there was because of Joe Biden. Joe Biden and Barack Hussein Obama have access to a time machine. Did you know this? In 2008, the reason why Britney Spears shaved her head in 2008 when President Barack Obama won, Hussein, hello, she shaved her head when that happened because she saw that they had access to a time machine, and they went forward to 2025 and were like, hey, we're not going to help Texans. She's from Louisiana, so she gets it, okay? And that's why she wrote the song Toxic. It wasn't about men, it was about the Democrats, okay? Because the Democrats were like, we hate Donald J. Trump, we hate America, and we love illegal immigrant criminals that we're going to let into the country like they'll bring you to a Matilda. That's why they put her in a conservatorship, but she's free now. Free Britney. But also, people do need to be controlled. Like, anybody who's undocumented and works on a farm, maybe they should be under conservatorships. That's actually kind of a good idea. Sure.
Elon Musk tweeted about the Epstein list, saying that it was his final straw. Okay, what do you think of that?
Okay, so speaking of illegal immigrants, okay, he's just begging to be deported. If there was an Epstein list, everyone would have a copy of it, much like everyone has a copy of Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, okay? He can honestly just go back to where he came from, or we're gonna send him. Actually, he can use the self-deportation app, sure.
It's being reported that the tariffs deadline was fake and President Trump was just lying about it.
No, actually, that's fake news. I see a lot of fake news like Washington Post. Politico, okay? Your friends over there, they're reporting fake news. No. Everyone was calling. Everyone's obsessed with America. Everyone wants to move at Trump's speed. Promises made, promises kept. And we will be having actually a letter. President Donald J. Trump will have a letter at noon sent to all of them about how much they owe us, because everyone wants to do business with America.
Yes. Yes, very true. Because everybody wants to do trade with America. But yes, I have to say, Chris C made a very good point here. What's the point in spending all that money on a down the street briefing room when it hardly gets used? Exactly. Totally agree. What's the point in having it if you're not going to use it? And I think it might have been Phil from Different Bites that said, if you've got the press, they're spending half the day, spending half the day and spending half the time there listening to whatever anybody has to say, then you're wasting their time, and then they'll have to talk about basically what you've spoken about. I just mental, totally agree. Banger on the nosebleeds, yes. Banger on the nosebleeds. I think that was name of my first band. I think one of the funniest band names I ever saw. I might have said this before. I watched it on some sort of strange, weird cartoon, where you got this skylight in some city, and near this up top of this club, it says for one night only, face humper. Yes, so Banger on the Nosebleeds. I think that'll be a cracking name for a band. Oh, yeah, exactly, Alistair, that cross. Hello, Ellie, hope you're well. Hello, Ellie Chaos, I hope you've had a lovely day. And thank you very much. Yes, I think I should say it more often, but I just keep forgetting. Yes, please hit the like button. I'm a terrible shill, aren't I? But never mind. Vasquez making Levitt look hot. I don't like. Yes, careful, you might get the hots for Levitt. Yes, exactly, power the people. Yes, that cross. Oh, I've got a better one for you later on. Near the end, I've got a belter. I know I shouldn't be laughing, however, she is hitting this spot. She isn't. She's just got it absolutely spot on. Found it. Landra Vasquez debrief with Landra 4th of July. Oh, I'm going to have to get that sorted for next week. Then definitely Labour needs to start communicating every single week what they are doing for the British public. They need to drown out the toxic right-wing disinformation, and more importantly, Farage. Yeah, and I also would go and say, set the narrative as well. Stop allowing him to, and also stop following him. Whenever he says this is what we should be doing, and then the clowns like Kamikaze bad enough and Labour, they say, yeah, that's a good idea, right? We will say, yeah, we will do it better. You think most people are just thinking, oh well, if Farage said it first, then maybe we should have Farage as Prime Minister. Say I'm okay, I fell asleep. Hey, it's okay, don't worry about it. Hopefully you had a nice sleep. It's not a problem. We only do this for a bit of fun and frolic. My favourite punk band name was the Snivelling Shits. Yes. We have YouTube royalty in the audience. Do you know who he is? Yes, we have a certain Ron Pickering. Who are you? Who? That is a cracking video. Do you know who I am? Who are you? Do you know? Puddle surfers as well. I'm fighting the Sandman. The heat is not helping matters. I can imagine. I've got two fans in here, so if you hear something blowing, that didn't sound right, did it? If you hear something blowing, that sounded a bit dodgy. If you hear some buzzing, that doesn't help either, if I'm honest. I better shut my mouth, it sounds like I'm in a sex shop. We'll crack on and we'll leave it at that. But what I'll say is, I've got two fans on the go. But anyway, Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, say naughty. Another one of our favourites, without a shadow of a doubt. The absolute legend, who's got balls. Let's be honest, he has balls the size of medicine balls. Without a shadow of a doubt. The legend, the one and only Robbie Road Steamer. Are you getting funny with your fannies? Yes, I'm getting them all mixed up. Yes, and he's been on the road again, I suppose. As Trump was on the Epstein list, sing it loud and sing it proud. And he's at a Trump rally, and let's just say they are not happy.
Come on, it's the village people! Let's storm the McDonald's! Remember when you guys did that on January 6th? You tried to cause an insurrection? It's fun to fly on the Jeffrey Epstein plane! It's fun to fly on the Jeffrey Epstein plane! Hey, what?
On the Jeffrey Epstein plane?
Yeah, that's what Trump did! He was chasing around little girls on the Jeffrey Epstein plane! Hell yeah! Why? It's the Epstein plane! Don't kick me, that's harassment. No political violence, ladies. We can chase around young girls. We can put ketchup on our ear. Leader Express. Let's do the insurrection, brother, inside me. Come on, we can do it. Should we get a selfie together? Take McDonald's back. Cause the insurrection at McDonald's. Don't let the Trump flag touch the ground.
He's absolutely brilliant, and he's got balls the size of a saucepan. Nearly had on a pants. It is true. The Megalot hates it. Yes, no political violence. Absolutely, it's exactly Sir Larry. Storm the McDonald's. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree, Steve. He's my favourite troller. He's just so funny. I don't know if he's brave or stupid. Either way, he's class. Totally agree. He's absolutely brilliant, isn't he? He's top class. Oh, dear. Oh, you see, the way they react to anything like this is just utterly cultish. It's weird that they can't see how cringe it is. Yes, hello, class action. Hope you well, my friend. Dropping like, yeah. You've heard of Man of Steel. We have the balls of steel. Completely. I have my doppelganger in the yes, Daily Blasé being blowed. God, it's hot in here. Yes, I'm being like as I said, if you hear blowing, it's the fans. God, yes, balls of steel. He certainly does. Because I'm not sure I would be able to. Should just ask why MAGA supporters are there. Are they happy advocating the CSA because that is what they are doing by supporting Trump? Well, yeah. You know, the mental gymnastics. The mental gymnastics, you watch them, you know, because like you've seen it now. They're absolutely bending themselves into all sorts of pretzel shapes. You know, with they're saying, oh, there's no Epstein list here, no Epstein list, nothing. MAGA goo goo. Yes, exactly. Counter Kev. Absolutely. You know, there's now because like they're trying to get the Epstein files totally silenced. And I saw that interview. Was it on the Bin podcast where they showed him when it was brought up? And he's where's people still talking about the Epstein files? Why are they still talking about him? In other words, he wants it absolute. Granny Waddle I think I heard my I think I heard my cackling. Maybe America needs to reopen the lunatic asylums for the MAGA cult members. But yeah, you're trying to show it up. Just hanging granny one. Make Epstein giant again. Absolutely. But yeah, you see, they're trying to keep it all quiet because he was the one. He did say he would. He said, "Yeah, I would open the files," and then realised, "Oh, I'll probably be in it." This were good. Would it? Before he won the election, then he'd sort of like backtracked a little bit, and now he wants nothing to do with it. And clearly, from what I've been hearing about a few of his fans, they are not happy. Especially when you've been living on a diatribe of conspiracy theories and stuff like that. They're not buying it, are they? So, with this Epstein files nonsense, it's going to be very, very interesting, isn't it? Oh dear. I'm fondling father, exactly. Stalin now there was a dictator. Oh dear. Never mind. Yes. Right, now we must get on our serious heads now. Must get our serious heads on now. Because we must show plenty of what's the word, respect and sympathy. Whereas and because a certain political powerhouse passed away earlier on this year, and yes, a certain MP from the past passed away. Yes, it was the one, the only, the Chingford skinhead. Yes, the one, the only Norman Tebbit. Yes, we've got to be absolutely, totally and utterly sympathetic and must have our serious heads on here. So we have managed to sort out a bit of a glowing tribute to the one, the only, the political Iron Man, that is Norman Tebbit. You didn't honestly think I was serious there? Of course not. This basically shows how shows Norman Tebbit in all his glory, with no sympathy from us. Yes, Norman Tebbit, the master of soft politics. Only kidding. But yes, the man who took on helped to destroy the mining industries, and then basically told them that they were out on their own, and if you want to get a better job, get on your fucking bike. Love the spitting image sketch with Thatch in the restaurant where Walter asks her for the vegetables. Yes. Oh, they'll have the same as me. My God, I forgot how good that show. Oh, it was just brilliant, wasn't it? I remember watching it as a kid, and it was one of them shows. It was so good that if you were not in the character in the spitting image show, then what are you not doing good enough? Then it was a badge of honour them days, wasn't it, when you were a politician. Yes, exactly. Class action, Teddy the biker. Yes. I had to look up who Norman Tebbit was. Oh, believe me, horrible individual. Love the spitting image sketch with it. Yes. Thing is, we were laughing now, but MPs were and still are lining their own pockets. Yeah, exactly. Stephen Miller's mentor gets on his bike. Yes, can laugh about it now. Wasn't laughing living through it. I know exactly what you mean, Phil. I know exactly. Norman Tebbit, England's answer to Scotland's Gordon Brown. But yes, that was the Friday Frolics glowing tribute to the now deceased Norman Tebbit. Even in the end, I fucked up, didn't I? Nearly called him Norman Tebbit. No, not on this show. No sympathy. Yes, he destroyed a lot of lives, so no sympathy on this show. That's for fucking certain. But yes. Another serious news story that happened. That's happened. Yes. Just out of interest, has anybody heard the story about? Get back there. Story about the peacock terrorizing residents of an English village.
I've been told, specifically from my producer, not to do an impression of a peacock, so I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. How amazing is that? I've been told.
Yes, exactly. How amazing was that? You may mock, but let's just say you may mock, but they do. Birds do understand the language, and you can. You could have gone for Norman. Frankie Boyle will be scrabbling like yes, but you may mock. But do you know that if you practice hard enough, you can communicate with these birds? You don't believe so? Well, let me prove it to you. Yes, you can actually speak to birds.
I recently learned how to speak chicken. I can command all of them to go inside by speaking their language. Watch this. And just like that, I commanded all the chickens to go inside. Don't ask me how I figured that out, but I just figured it out. I recently learned how to speak chicken.
Yes, so if any of you have chickens and you want them to get inside as quickly as I think that's chicken for get the fucking or else you'll be coming, or else you'll be on the dinner. I tried speaking to a bird once. She told me to F off and kicked me in the balls. How dare someone have fun while doing their job? Maybe it's sleepy time. The chickens, yes. Is it sure they're not just running away because they think he's a nutter? That very much could be very much what it is. Okay, some people have too much free time on their hands. Long John, yes. We should send Donkey Dave that clip and tell him to tell his mate to take note. Speak chickens or scare the bejesus out of them. Or call them ice. Or else call ice, yes. I have to try that later, looking after chickens. Yes, that might be, in the dead of night, if they're not doing this, I'll just go, grrr, grrr, grrr. Neighbours might look at you funny like, but maybe he was telling them the last one will be on the menu. Exactly. last one in is on my dinner plate. But it's talking to humans sometimes. Absolutely, Digimon. Ducky's on my list. It's my first language. Hello, God, and hope you're well, my friend. But yes, KFC is calling. Yes, exactly. Who wants to... Yeah, just saying chicken language. Who wants to see the KFC van outside my yard? Closter McFuck. Yes, I feel sorry for chickens. It's not their fault they taste so good. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Yes. Right. Right, let's see if this one works. Just going to we have a little, because we have a, right, see if we can get this to work. More often than not, it doesn't work really, but we can always hope. And it certainly does. Yes, it most certainly does. Yes, we are cooking on gas. Right, my friends, you may have noticed that we now have a new immigration deal with France. Yes, and we do have a bit of a Friday Frolic exclusive. Yes, we have the bit more finer details on how this new deal with France actually works. And did you know that the new trick is to now to basically agree to swap migrants like panini stickers? Yes. Now, for my lovely daughter out there, she'll be sat there, what the fuck's panini to stickers? Well, basically, they were sort of like stickers, what we used to do. It's like, me being a bit of a football fanatic, I used to get my football book, and you go to the shop, buy your stickers, and that are football players, put them in there, agree the best. It's a DB exclusive. It won't work. Yeah, it probably won't. Yeah, exactly. But yes, what they used to do, we used to buy all these stickers of footballers' photographs and stick them in as panini book, and you keep buying, and every so often you'd always get the same ones coming through, but everyone had that odd one or two that you for love for money you cannot get. You always seem to get them. So I used to always go to school with your massive wad of panini stickers, and we'd used to swap them. And hello, the legend that is dodgy syrup. Yes, things are getting a bit toasty under my rocket. Took the words right out of my mouth, Dad. I was indeed thinking, what are those? Yes, so that's what we used to do as kids. We used to buy the panini stickers, stick them in his book, and we'd keep the ones that we already had and swap them for the ones that we didn't have. So I don't want Labour to bow to reform, but let's be honest. This deal isn't going to tempt many of them away from Farage's seat, is it? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, my dear friend. But anyway, they know so beautifully. But yes, to be fair, you do have the most beautiful plumage ever in politics. So you certainly do have that. How's the television career going? Still going grand? Mind-blowing stupidity. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, it says here, the UK and France have finally found common ground on their approach to channel crossings, announcing a bold new one-in, one-out system inspired by the playground economics of panini sticker swaps. Under the new deal, every migrant the UK returns to France will be exchanged for a French-style asylum seeker, ideally one who has either family in the UK, a valid claim for sanctuary, or at the very least, a shiny foil border. We're looking for high-value migrants, explained a Home Office source. Ideally, someone educated, fluent in English, and not currently under investigation for anything. Basically, we want the Premier League swaps, not the League Two freebies. Hey, as a now a League One football team, whereas last season was League Two. I'm not going to argue with League Two freebies. We got some banger players last season, so don't knock it till you try it, Home Office source. But French officials have also embraced the plan, unveiling their new album de l'asile, and if I've butchered that, sorry, which allows border agents to stick passport-sized photos into glossy pages sorted by nationality and skill set. We've got a few doubles if anybody's interested, said one French official. And I'm certainly not going to try and do some dodgy French accent, because we might have somebody in the audience from France who might get incredibly insulted, unsubscribe, and never want to watch any of my content again. Yes, said one French official, holding up a heavily creased Eritrean chef. Would swap for someone British who can play central midfield. Smuggling gangs, meanwhile, express concern that the sticker-based model may undercut their business. This is bad news, admitted one Calais-based trafficker. I've spent years building up a solid client base, and now they're being traded like Pokemon cards with PTSD. The UK government is hailing the deal as a new deterrent, although critics say it bears all the hallmarks of a year 5 lunch break gone rogue. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper has hailed the new system as extremely efficient, claiming meetings between the officials of the two countries have been reduced to just a couple of minutes of got. I need that one. Yes, so that's the Friday Frolic exclusive of how the new immigration plan with France is working. Yes, they're doing it through panini sticker style. What could possibly go wrong? I suggest we beg the EU to take us back. I have a funny feeling it wouldn't surprise me if they do. Is it 250 and one out deal? What a bargain! That is well 1k exactly. Cost approximately a fortune. I don't think you ever got chewing gum with them. I don't think you ever got chewing gum with them. Now that's a thought. Did you? I'm sure we did. But I could be wrong. I will bow to your superior knowledge. But I got a feeling that we did. But if you can't get in without crossing the channel, apply for asylum without having crossed the channel, what stops the boss? Yes. Premier League swaps, is that some kind of investment in the singles market? Yes, very much could be so. Southern Europe is up in arms. The EU is looking over a deal as it may not be legal. Very much. The gammons are dropping like flies. Yes, I can imagine the one. Let's get those thumbs up. Yes, I won't say no to a bit of thumbs up. So please tickle that thumbs up button. EU will only accept England back once they introduce a PR voting system, and this won't happen in Westminster. I think you could very much be right. Always got a chewing gum with panini stickers. Think it was eventually ended. Yeah, because I remember going down the local corner shop where I lived and getting me panini stickers, and then getting incredibly angry when I got fucking Trevor Cherry again. And yeah, and Alan fucking Brazil for the 5th time. Never mind. Let's, as I say, we're not far off from the end now. But I don't know if our dear friend Hassan Hussein is in. I've got a little something that he may enjoy, because it will involve his MP Zara Sultana in the good old fashioned Friday frolic way. Yes. So if he's in, I hope he enjoys this. But yes, this is we all love the exploding heads, don't we? Alan Brazil, the gammon, yeah, exactly. You're not fucking wrong there. But yes, this is exploding heads. Yes, where Jeremy Corbyn started a new party, and yes, a certain person from Portsmouth is not impressed.
Colin from Portsmouth is on the line. Hello, Colin.
I am disgusted, Anthony. Absolutely disgusted. Jeremy Corbyn hates Britain so much that he's starting a new party with Sabrina Carpenter.
Zara Sultana.
Who does
Colin.
he think he is? Oliver Cromwell? He might as well be standing over King Prince Charles and Diana II and urinating on them.
Right.
That's what he's doing to our country. Sultana, just like Sadiq Khan, enemies.
Colin, didn't Nigel Farage set up a new party? 2 new parties, if we're counting.
It's Farage. Pronounce it the British way, please. Just because his wife and his passport are German doesn't mean he is.
Well,
unless you're setting up one of UKIP, Brexit or reform, splinter groups are unconstitutional.
Didn't Elon Musk set up a new party at the weekend as well, come to think of it?
America, as is his American rights, as a non-American.
I want to know this. Where do you stand on Elon and Donald Trump fighting, Colin? How do you feel about that?
God, it's like your 2 dads at loggerheads, isn't it?
Well,
stop quarrelling, dads, and let me play my Nintendo in peace. I hope when they do reproduce, they'll find a compromise.
So, when they how did 2 dads produce a baby, Colin? Especially from you.
Come on, Anthony. Elon is the father of technology.
Right.
He'll find a way. But I tell you this, I'd like to see him give birth for once. Maybe he and Boris Johnson wouldn't be so obsessed with repopulating if they had to carry an infant to full term. Anyway, mate, my point is, Jeremy Corbyn is bad for democracy. Thanks for having me on. Love to the family.
Love to the family, Colin. Love to the family.
Imagine how much that baby's share price would go down in 9 months, all because of the so-called tolerant left.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That made me chuckle. Sabrina Carpenter. According to Phyllis Mooseface. Just popping back in for a bit, was watching Navarra's live stream. Don't worry, Teddy Reagan, not a problem. It's been far more informative than this live stream, that's for certain. They are trained professionals. I'm some clown up in Bradford doing funny noises. Must be gospel then. Like Starvers, Pledges and Mission then. But yes, love to the family, love to the family. But, oh dear, yes. Yeah. Exactly. Tommy Gunn. Love to the family. Love to the family. But let's just say we have been quite KKK Caroline Levitt heavy tonight, but one thing you will always love is okay, I won't film a Kraken. I certainly won't. Don't you dare slag off Daily Blasé News. All right, then I won't. I've had my orders. I've had my order. Just had a water my I thought, do you know, I thought you said, counter Kev, my pins are losing it. I just thought you actually said, just had to water my pants. And I had to do a little bit of a double take. And I thought, what? Just had to water my plants on windowsill. Wilting like me. Yes, you certainly do have to water your plants. Certainly do, because like I know it was hot yesterday, and we've got a couple of little ornaments, you know, where you put water in for birds, like, and they were bone dry. I thought, oh, they'll need some. Serious question: why do little Englanders hate foreigners? I think just for the simple reason they're just racist and xenophobic, and just leave it at that. Scared of change, I suppose. But anyway, when it comes to this, washing my pants, DB, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just had to do a bit of a double take. Don't water your pants. That is the question that will never be answered. You're probably right. Because, like, let's be honest, it's not something that it's already in you. You've learned it, haven't you? You've learned to be scared of foreigners, whereas just not really. It's not really something I get hung up about. But anyway, so when it comes to I'd say this is the final KKK Caroline Levitt unhinged rant briefing with her legendary crosses, but this cross is probably the best so far. This is the July the 10th. This is the July the 10th press briefing, and this is just you wait till the end. Absolute comedic genius and fantastic timing. Don't water your pants, swing them. Exactly, Dodgy Syrup. Take it away, the legendary Landra Vasquez.
Just put forth a 50% tariff on Brazil because they're disgraceful and they're disrespectful to President Donald J. Trump's friends. Guys, you can't be disrespectful, and I'm looking at you, Caitlin. Your disrespect is disgusting and dishonorable, and you should never be allowed in this room, yet here you are, okay? But no, they were disrespectful to President Bolsonaro, and we took that personally, okay? And so no more Brazilian butt lifts for people, even those who need it. Sure.
Do you have a response to 2,100 NASA employees being fired because of President Trump?
The way you phrased that, Washington Post, I reject that, because you're saying it like President Donald J. Trump isn't well within his rights to fire anybody he needs. Guys, that's his catchphrase. You're fired, okay? President Donald J. Trump, the star of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, best-selling author of The Art of the Deal, is able to put anybody in position that he so desires. Sean Duffy is a more than qualified, charismatic person of purpose, okay? He knows the real world. He knows the rules of the road, and now he's going to be familiar with the rules of space, all right? And you're just jealous that no one wants to hire you. Sure.
Kristi Noem took 72 hours to respond to the emergency needs of FEMA. Can you talk about...
Okay, the corrupt Democrats are just always sitting here trying to place blame and politicize acts of God, okay? Where's your humanity? You people are disgusting. People have lost their lives, but if you're gonna politicize it and place blame on anybody, it's on who? Joe Biden and Barack Hussein Obama, who would be sitting there during national tragedies filing their nails. And then they would be like, hey, darling, hold my hand. And then they would go like this, Just kidding. Nothing beats a jet
Not quite a sink plunge across. Just wait till the end. Brilliant.
to holiday. Right now you could save 50 pounds per person. That's right. That is 400 pounds for a family of 4. And then what? That's all they would do. And they would do that just to let criminals in like Albrego Sofrito, and we will not have that. Not in America.
Yes. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Not in America. But yes, just swinging my surgical stockings count, just as long as you keep your gusset in check. More the merrier. Yeah, Caitlin. Yeah, oh yeah, the BBL thing. What was that about? What about was all that about? I doubt Trump came up with that himself. He probably didn't. I just let's be honest. He's not really in charge, is he? Really, he's just not all there at all, is he? Nowhere in sight. But because like when he tried to brush away the Epstein thing when they were asked the question, Trump of 4+ years ago would have just basically stonewalled it and would have known what to do. He just sounded and looked incredibly scared and frightened because he knows he's on that list, doesn't he? He certainly does. But anyway, my stockings have a very secure gooch. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it, Granny Waddlebottom. So happy to hear it. But I'm just wondering, is our dear friend Sir Larry still in the chat? Is he still there? Is he? Because I have two more. I am French. That's a good thing. Well, it's a good job I didn't try and do a dodgy French accent then. Now you're yeah, true. And Trump's just a front man at this point. Yeah, he's all over the place, isn't he? Yes, the dollar is worthless now. But as I say, I do hope our Sir Larry is yes, the word of the day is gooch. But did you know that in Florida, they're still lurking around there? Good, glad to hear it, because we are ending on a bit of a tribute to the legend that is Sir Larry the cat. But before that, we are now going to witness a new danger sport in Florida. Now, you know how mental those people in Florida are for doing mad shit, and you hear them Florida headlines, are just absolutely bonkers. Well, let's just say, all of a sudden, can you imagine in America, it's absolutely teeming it down. Yes, teeming it down with buckets of rain, and you are out on the lake, with your remote control boat, and then this problem happens. Talk about dangerous sports.
It's still going. Wow.
Now that's...
Oh my God.
That is, this would be a... Oh, you got it. Oh, I think it broke. I think it only goes one way now. Oh, man. Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, he's...
Oh, we get it, Phil.
Oh, turn it back over for us. What's the gator's name? Tudor Tots.
can you make it go to the other side?
No, that's not going to help. How to get up there? Go get it, Phil. No, here you go. He's going after something else. Oh, a piece of it. Oh, he got another piece. Yeah, you don't want to get I'm going to get written up. Watch. Yeah.
Wow, you see how fast he moved?
Good job, Bill. We'll start calling you something else.
Who's gonna have the guts to go after that? Yes. Can you imagine you're there on the lake with your remote control boat, and it's sinking is the least of its worries. It's been chased by a rather hungry alligator. Is this? Yes, exactly. The exploits of Florida man are familiar to me. Oh, I've seen some Florida headlines. They're bonkers, aren't they? But yes, I say we're now reaching the end, and let's just say that we now reach the end of the show, where we are going to send a retro. Yes, exactly. Quite right, Sir Larry. Yes. Who in the right mind is going to say, yeah, I'll go get that boat at the side of the river where that rather hungry alligator is, being chased like Rachel Reeves after a pension. Very close. Texas, yes. I can imagine it will be. But anyway, let's head into the final straight. All I will say is, Dennis Prentice, say in France, I hope you can speak French, because we're going to likely need an interpreter. Exactly, Alistair. Dum 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 dum. Exactly, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Absolutely, yes. Oh dear. Oh, but yes, because for this next clip, this is a wonderful glowing tribute from a French TV show that let's just say our Sir Larry, the one, the only, the great Sir Larry, is now going global. We may need an interpreter in the chat to understand what the hell's been said. But yes, he's Sir Larry, the star of Downing Street.
Il a le pas assuré et le poil brillant. Larry le chat n'en est pas à son premier tapis rouge. Il vit au 10 Downing Street depuis près de 15 ans. Les photographes se sont pris d'affection pour lui et lui donnent souvent quelques croquettes.
Larry adore manger. Il adore voir les journalistes et se demande ce qu'on fait. C'est un chat très curieux.
Comme toute icône nationale, Larry a son propre compte X, 900 000 abonnés, géré par un inconnu qui maîtrise sa communication avec une pointe d'ironie.
Le roi m'a demandé de devenir Premier ministre.
Il sert à être un ambassadeur de Downing Street, ambassadeur de la Grande-Bretagne en quelque sorte, parce qu'il représente aussi la diplomatie quand un chef d'État étranger vient. Donc c'est un monument pour Downing Street.
Il n'hésite pas à s'incruster sur les photos officielles ou à se cacher sous la voiture du président américain pour ralentir le protocole. Larry voit tout, entend tout, mais ne donne aucune interview.
What's basically saying there? I interviewed Sir Larry and she basically asked him what his day entails, and he basically said, "My I wind away my days of leaving unexpected presents in the Prime Minister and the Chancellor's slippers." Yes, that's what she said. That's what she said that Sir Larry told her in the interview. way more personality than Starmer, yes. Look at that flea-ridden bus jumper. It's damn, Larry has been going places. Yes, certainly has. Larry is shut. I told her to sod off. Yes, Rachel from good evening, Rachel from accounting. I see you've managed to get over last week's PMQ's emotional moment. Glad to hear it. Yes, Rachel, accounting, you can be my tea lady. Need plenty of it when working nights. I think the people of France get it. They certainly do.
Larry, qu'est-ce que tu penses, Larry? C'est peut-être là le secret de sa longévité.
C'est une légende, Larry. Il est arrivé en 2011, il est né en 2007, il a connu 5 premiers ministres, et nous voici avec Keir Starmer.
Initialement, Larry le Cat avait été embauché pour chasser les souris du 10 d'un.
I heard the word Keir Starmer, so I think she basically said, even though Sir Larry don't say much, still more personality than Keir Starmer.
Downing Street, mais à voir son emploi du temps, il passe en réalité plus de temps à se faire photographier et à se prélasser ici.
Yes, our Sir Larry going global. He's gone global. Quote from Teresa: Larry said that I shat in shoes and she meant shat. Bloody foreigners. Yes. But yes, Sir Larry going global. Those reporters make less sense to me than Spaffer. And that is saying something, Sir Larry. 2 years of French at school and I've no clue what it's. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I did a couple of years in France, and no, not in France. I did French, should I say? And flunked it. No, couldn't do it. Larry, did you have to live? Do you have to live on what you could catch when the Tories were in power, or did they feed you? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I won't bet on it. Not what greedy Spaffer about. And you don't know what they're like for charity, when it comes to Tories. And I got on a National 5 and I didn't know what they were saying either. Oh dear, oh well then. That makes me feel a hell of a lot better then, doesn't it? But anyway, that was our little glowing tribute to the legend that is our Sir Larry. And all I will say is that's the end of the show. Don't 2 hours and 20 minutes fly by. It doesn't seem like 2 minutes when we just started. Feel like a little personality care he tries to suggest, which just isn't working. He should be ashamed. It should be himself a bit more. Yeah, probably should be. Does Larry have a French counterpart? Yeah, he could possibly do. Cheers. Thanks. Yeah, exactly. Cheers for reminding me, Stephen Bankier. Yes. Give us a massive thank you to my moderators, Mad Monk and Alistair. And chances are Jowl will have been still working. So all I will say is thanks for stopping by. Give us a massive thumbs up on your way out, and big thumbs up for my moderators. Done absolutely brilliant. Have a lovely weekend, and also protect yourself from the sun, because I think it's still here till about I think it's still out and about till Tuesday-ish, is it, something? So protect yourselves, have a lovely weekend. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for making this Friday Frolic quite a fun one. I've enjoyed myself like I do most times. So Pierre the cat, absolutely. Take care, my friends. Have a lovely weekend, and bye-bye for now.
Here's Bailey, he's so solid. It's Friday, 5 p.m. and time to so solid. It's Friday 5 p.m. and time to frolic. So never mind the bollocks. Here's the Friday Frolics. Frolics.
And all because